Today, for one, my cable came unplugged, which is easy. I just need to screw everything back in and reinsert the cable. But I'm going to do a DIY for how to change your spark plugs. First off, what you need to do is you will have this module that will be sitting right here. And then there'll be a bolt right here. It's an 8mm. Just need to unscrew that. Pull this off. There'll be a little connection. It'll look similar to this. You just hand tighten it off, and you disconnect these two connections by pushing this pin down and slipping them out. Pretty self-explanatory. Following that, you need to come back here, take off the seat, just loosen it up, pull it out, and what you do is you slide it back, it comes right off. Up here you can see you have your battery and your air filter in here, and that's how it gets its air. Pretty cool. That way you don't get any water in the engine. Bolts over here. And then you have these bolts right here and right here. And these are what holds the tank on. What you need to do is you need to come over here. What you need to do before you do that is you need to come over here. And under here is your petcock. You could lock the petcock, whatever, just depends. And then you'll need to disconnect this hose. I'm probably just going to lock it and disconnect the hose. You do that to turn the petcock off. Hopefully nothing will drip out if you have a good petcock. Okay, now that the tank is off, it was actually the hose in the back, and I just left this one on because it was really hard to get off. If you have any problems, you can take off the petcock. There's just a gasket. It's usually okay. These are just breather tubes. One of them I think goes to the carburetor maybe, but don't worry about them. They'll be okay. Here is what the goal is. Right here is a spark plug. So it goes up into the coil up here, but down here is a spark plug. Let me just pull up the wire, or the wire. And down in the bottom, these are still hot. That's nifty. Sorry, I'm just looking inside. Down the bottom, and here is a spark plug. That little tiny guy down there. And he's farther down than I think he is. So, there's one on this side, and there's one over here on this side, on the opposite side, since it's a twin. Just to clarify, this is the 500 model, Kawasaki. This should also be the same concept for the Ninja. If you come over here, you'll run into this problem. It's not that big of a deal though. And wow, last owner overfilled my antifreeze a little bit. Actually a lot of it. I'll probably have to siphon a lot of that out. But anyways, over here, you might run into this problem and you might take off the tank. That's fine, it's just two screws right here. Also the bolts that hang on, keep the tank on, those are 12mm. So go ahead and do that, just pull these out. You might have to find a special socket to fit over the spark plugs. I haven't quite gotten there yet, but it should just be a normal spark plug socket that you can find. So, alright, so the spark plugs themselves are actually 18mm, so you just get a deep well. Do not do an impact because it'll be too thick. You might actually need to get a special socket for it because some of them are not thin enough to go down in there. That'll make a lot more sense when you actually go to do it. But anyways, might need a special socket. You might have one around the house that'll fit. But it's an 18mm deep well. Just go ahead and go down in there and get it. Just use extensions. It's pretty easy. And then you just do everything in the reverse order to put it all back together. So best of luck to you. You'll do great.